Yeah, dear viewers, welcome back to this channel again. Uh, right now, we are explaining more about how purposeful the sources are these types of sources of information. As we last time we mentioned, there are two primary and secondary. Let's see how purposeful these primary sources. One, we can start with we have raw evidence. Like you say, the raw evidence will remain in terms of this information. They are still at their first hand and altered. So they're just first information being given at hand. So this is the foundation, the basic area where we could start from a fresh place. Another one you can talk of direct connection. Talk about direct connection. The research you're going to conduct is connected to the basic information, the first hand information is still being unaltered. No one has ever analyzed or summarized it. It's just in its full content. That's why you're saying it's direct connection. So each time you're basing your research on primary sources, just know you're dealing with the direct personnels and the behaviors and how they conducted that phenomenon at that time. That's why you're saying they are correct. We talk about the research foundation, say research foundation, because most of research that we do, most of them they are just being summarized. Second instance, or they have been built on already existence or existing information. But if you talk about primary source, meaning it's just a beginning, it's a layout of information. So learners and scholars can get more information from that source, from the direct source, side that you analyze by yourself. You're going to do the analysis on those sources of information, and that you get more details and you be in touch with the reality of the sources. We have another one being insight to the context. When you say if you say it's the insight to the context, we mean the scholars or the researchers. They're the one to determine and make their own decisions out of the premises they have made. So they connect you to the lifestyles of uh, the people who have been experiencing the phenomenon at that moment. If you take an instance like uh, research being carried in the laboratory, the information has just been given out, so it's you to analyze like this kind of experiments. Why did it come like that in that format? Why it's giving this kind of observations? You are the first to give the information or to analyze it out. So that's why I'm saying they are they are uh, they're in that way. Um, let's go and look also how purposeful or the purpose of secondary sources. In secondary sources, we have uh, one of the purposes is the contextualization. When you say something of the contextualization, in this we mean the primary sources they have been combined, they put together to bring a certain context, such that to give us a wider view in terms of context. So they give us wider view. As scholars, you find more information. They are already being combined. They have been summarized for you. So if you matter, you just get into those informations or those sources, you get your solutions direct. That's why we are talking about the context, how they purposeful to us in terms of context. We have another one which is called we have an interpretation and analysis. We talk about interpretation and analysis by secondary sources. Mean already some experts they have done more research. They have made work simpler. They have combined the primary sources to bring more idea how purposeful they are to us. So the information or the data that has been combined maybe from different primary sources to bring more clear information that can be appropriate to your research to the best of your knowledge that you can get from that memory. That's why you're saying it's becoming more purposeful to us as one of the sources of information. It also gives us what is called broader information or broader understanding. In this we mean because some resources they have been they have been analyzed, summarized. So meaning more of information that have been conducted, more of analysis has been done on them. So the information that have been gathered together to bring us more clearer and broader understanding towards the. So when I'm saying this, bring broader understanding, because a lot of diversities have been done towards them. Different people have carried research on those sources of primary. So they have combined up to bring us more clear information. So that's how purposeful they become to us. Let's look into the role of these sources in research. We start with the primary sources. When you talk about primary sources in terms of research, some kind of research we do require us to look into the primary source, the authors, the people who experience the phenomenon. That's why the primary sources become the best alternative for us to choose in terms of our research in different fields of our work. Maybe we mean some history time, they need us to follow the basic information from the people who experience the phenomenon. Let's take an example like a letter being written by a soldier in that, yeah, in World War, maybe American Civil World War. A person that has been experiencing that phenomenon wrote a letter telling more about what's happening. So some people, like us historians, we need to find that information first. That information written by that soldier, what he has been experiencing in that war. That's why the primary sources they become more pronounced in that field of research. Uh, another role role in research as concerning secondary sources. Secondary sources, they are supporting the theory or the acts of primary sources. So they give us more information being built on primary, agreeing or critiquing what best or the exact thing which happened during that time by those people who experienced, or the people who had the phenomenon. So secondary sources, it plays the role to support the primary sources in terms of broad aspects. They look into their various occurrence, times of time, how truthful or how often do things were occurring. So secondary sources mean analyze more of the primary and gives us more supportive uh, summaries of primary sources, if you mean in terms of research. If you look into these forms of information in terms of their time frame, primary sources they are always written in that exact time of the event happening at that moment. So concerning the primary sources, it's only for the exact time the event was happening. If you come to secondary source, you give it time. It's just where it can be written afterwards, after that event, after doing a lot of summaries, analyzing more about it. Those are the things concerning about the period of time. Let's look into how reliable we can depend on this information. Start with the primary. Primary information in terms of reliability. We talk about how often they are. Yeah, they are nice because they give us facts about what happened, and they are real because someone who has experienced the phenomenon is the one explaining it. And if you talk about its challenge, the challenge, it may not give us more information, so detailed information, and shall be, even the scholars may become biased. They may not agree towards it because there's no enlightened information being given, more detailed information. You just get a skeleton information. So you find some of them that are going astray with the information. When you look into the secondaries, also because the secondary information is always summarized by maybe experts, so you find it's more clear. In terms of reliability, it's more clear, and the information are always detailed, so it's very obvious. It's always very reliable. Talk about the challenge of secondary sources. We mean, someone is if someone is really analyzing someone's work, the person may be biased towards it, can change the way he wants. So a work after being shaped by another person, someone may be biased, the information cannot be over relied on sometimes. Because I may come with my own idea and I put thing. Because me, I've never been that part in primary sources at the time the thing has been happening. So you find like most of the work they have been edited and analysis has been done in another version out. So it's really hard to based on it. So in summary, I can give you uh these types of information sources. Primary, in case you want research mainly on the information direct where it has not been edited, please indulge yourself into primary sources so that you get information which has not been altered, still fresh. And then if you need more analysis on the primary sources, please involve yourself in secondary sources, and there are very many. You have books, we have the documentaries, you watch videos, you see more information about those things. So that's what I can conclude for scholars who may be going or any person going for research. Please, thanks for having been with me all through this channel. Please, I'd like you to like and subscribe. Thank you.